Many people believe that India's struggle for independence began in 1857, but decades before the First War of Independence, one fearless queen from Karnataka dared to challenge the mighty British Empire. Armed with courage, determination, and love for her people, she refused to surrender her kingdom. This is the inspiring story of Kittur Rani Chennamma, the Lioness of Kittur. Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel where history comes alive through the inspiring lives of heroes and heroines who shaped our nation. Today, we travel back over 200 years to the small kingdom of Kittur in present day Karnataka to learn about a queen whose bravery made her one of India's earliest freedom fighters. Let's begin this unforgettable journey. In the late 18th century, the kingdom of Kittur was a prosperous and peaceful state in present-day Belagavi district of Karnataka. The people were hardworking, trade flourished, and the kingdom was respected by neighboring rulers. At the heart of this kingdom was a remarkable woman, Chennamma. She was born on 23 October 1778 in the village of Kakati. From childhood, she showed unusual courage and intelligence. Unlike many girls of her time, Chennamma learned horse riding, sword fighting, archery, and military skills. She also studied administration and understood the responsibilities of leadership. As she grew older, she married King Mallasarja Desai, the ruler of Kittur, and became Queen Chennamma. The people admired her for her kindness, wisdom, and concern for their welfare. But fate would soon test her strength in ways no one could imagine. The queen faces personal tragedy. After several years of marriage, tragedy struck the royal family. King Mallasarja passed away, leaving Chennamma to shoulder the responsibilities of the kingdom. Soon afterward, her only biological son also died. It was a heartbreaking loss for any mother. However, Chennamma did not allow grief to destroy her sense of duty. To ensure that Kittur would continue to have a rightful ruler, she adopted a young boy named Shivalingappa and declared him the heir to the throne, following long established Indian traditions. The people accepted the adoption and supported their queen, but the British East India Company had different plans. At that time, the British East India Company was steadily expanding its control over India. Its officials looked for opportunities to take over independent kingdoms. When they learned that Kittur's ruler had died and that the heir was adopted, they refused to recognize Shivalingappa as the rightful successor. Instead, they demanded control of Kittur's administration and treasury. Queen Chennamma firmly rejected their demands. She declared, Kittur belongs to its people and I will never surrender it to foreign rule. Her courage inspired the entire kingdom. In 1824, the British sent forces under St. John Thackeray, the collector of Dharwad, to seize Kittur. Confident in their superior weapons and military strength, they expected a quick victory, but they underestimated the courage of the queen and her soldiers. Rani Chennamma personally encouraged her army. She rode an horseback across the battlefield, inspiring every soldier to defend their homeland. A fierce battle began. Cannons roared, swords clashed, arrows filled the sky. The soldiers of Kittur fought with remarkable bravery. The British attack failed. During the battle, St. John Thackeray was killed. The British army was forced to retreat. News of the victory spread across southern India. People celebrated the queen who had defeated one of the world's most powerful empires. Humiliated by their defeat, the British prepared for revenge. This time, they assembled a much larger army with more soldiers, heavier artillery, and best supplies. They surrounded Kittur fort and began a prolonged siege. Inside the fort, food became scarce, yet Chennamma remained calm. She encouraged her people to remain united. She reminded that freedom demanded sacrifice. Unfortunately, not everyone remained loyal. Some individuals betrayed the kingdom by secretly helping the British. They revealed important military information and weakened Kittur's defenses. This betrayal proved devastating. Despite fighting with extraordinary courage, Kittur's army could not withstand the overwhelming British assault forever. The fort eventually fell. Queen Chennamma was captured and imprisoned in Bailhongal fort. Even in captivity, she refused to beg for mercy. She remained dignified, courageous, and proud. Though separated from her people, she never abandoned her belief that India would one day be free from foreign rule. On 21st February 1829, Rani Chennamma passed away in prison. She did not live to see independence India's, but her sacrifice became a source of inspiration for future generations. Her legacy lives on. Years later, freedom fighters across India remembered her bravery. She became a symbol of resistance against colonial rule. Historians now recognize her as one of the earliest rules to wage an armed struggle against the British, more than 30 years before the revolt of 1857. Today, statues of Kittur Rani Chennamma stand proudly in Karnataka and other parts of India. Schools, universities, roads, and public institutions bear her name. Every year, the people of Karnataka celebrate Kittur Utsav, honoring her courage and sacrifice. Her story reminds us that true leadership means standing for justice even when the odds seem impossible. The moral of the story is the life of Kittur Rani Chennamma teaches us timeless lessons. First, true courage means defending what is right even against a stronger opponent. Second, leadership is about serving the people with honesty, wisdom, and determination. Third, freedom is precious and often requires great sacrifice. Finally, one person's bravery can inspire generations. Although Chennamma could not defeat the British permanently, she lit a flame of resistance that continued to grow across India. And the final conclusion is the story of Kittur Rani Chennamma is much more than a chapter in history. It is a story of a mother who faced personal loss with strength, a queen who placed her people above herself, a warrior who refused to surrender her kingdom, and a patriot whose courage echoed across generations. Our life reminds us that the desire for freedom cannot be imprisoned. Even when kingdoms fall, ideals of justice and independence continue to live in the hearts of the people. Today, we honor her not only as Karnataka's pride but also as one of India's earliest freedom fighters. May her fearless spirit continue to inspire us to stand for truth, protect our values, and never lose hope in the face of adversity. Thank you for watching this inspiring story of Kittur Rani Chennamma. If you enjoyed learning about this legendary queen, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more inspiring stories from Indian history, folklore, and courageous heroes. Until next time, remember a fearless heart can challenge even the mightiest empire, and true courage never dies. See you in the next story. Goodbye.